Okay. Looks like we are live now. Right. Setting up the stream and should be good to go. Yeah, so I think we're live everywhere now. Okay, away we go. Well, Martin, welcome. Oh dear. Never mind. Spammers, beware. You spam my chat, I'm just going to block you. Simple as that. Don't spam someone else's chat. Don't mind, I'm only been live like 2 minutes. Oh. Now I need to get my tickety-tackety stream on the chat perspective. Oh, now we've got 6 minutes left before we do anything tackety stream. Not a lot moving at the moment. Just Gilray is probably the one that I'm watching, but the market high is 8.49. Looking for the break of the $0.50 there, probably 8.35. So I'm looking for the break of 8.50 before I enter. But Aurora Cannabis, Tilray, the cannabis stocks are moving today. It looks like seems to be on the back of an interest from the whole Wall Street bets crowd. Keep an eye on the wider markets. Brilliant. A lot of these, it's not moving on relative high volume because, quite frankly, their the volume is quite big on a daily basis anyway. But they've got volume at least. Tilray's moving up. It's halfway to its average pre-market. It's already halfway to its average daily volume, so that is relatively high volume. So Bed Bath and Beyond is again 24s, so that could be interesting. It's the meme stocks again. Keep an eye out for most of these. I'll go and get my customary drink. Yeah, the cannabis stocks are having a bit of a rally today, so watch out for the cannabis stocks. Tellurian, or maybe 1, 2. I'll just keep it with Tilray and Aurora for now. You can always add to it. And I've kept Mercurity Financial from you. We've still got the meme stocks, the GME, AMC crowd, the 8th Brigade, Moon Army. Back of my head, I can go live on this side as well. Get the whole stream. TMI on YouTube. Really? You're watching on YouTube as well there, JC? Joseph? Oh, we're just setting up the stream for today. We've got the watch list now pretty much set up. We've only got 2 things on the watch list plus the meme stocks, usual GameStop, AMC, that kind of thing. We've got 2 on the watch list from today, and we've got a continuation from yesterday. So Mercurity is from yesterday. Mercurity FinTech Holdings that had a run up yesterday. But we've got 2 cannabis stocks, so Tilray and Aurora Cannabis. Those are the 2 that we're looking at the moment. Now, Mercurity pre-market got a high of 416s. You might make sure that's, yeah. Right. 416. We'll just watch that one, see if we get a continuation from yesterday. It did have a bit of a nice run. Pre-market yesterday went all the way up to 7.5 pre-market, sold off, and then it had a little bit of a bounce. Let's see what happens. Other than that, it's Tilray seems to be the biggest mover in terms of volume and percentage, shortly followed by Aurora Cannabis. Bed Bath & Beyond seems to be picking up some momentum as well. So I know there's a big squeeze play in Bed Bath & Beyond. So I'm just going to add this to the list. I know Ryan Cohen's in the news as well today. Quick look at Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, so you went up to 527. Market. Yeah, Sundial Growers. That's a smaller stock. I've not got that one on here, but if I have a look at SNDL, so that's currently at 88 cents. I filter out anything less than $3 in value for my own watch list, but we're getting quite a lot of movement on the cannabis stocks. That finished yesterday at 74 cents, so it's now up to 88. So and it went up to 94, so that's like 30% rise. If I just clear my filter, I'll tell you exactly what it's. Oh, it's 18% up at the minute. So I've got that on my level 1. 18% up on the minute is Sundial. So that could be, if for the people who are interested maybe on a cash account or a smaller account, interested in smaller value stocks. Cannabis stocks are moving today, and Sundial's one of the big ones, and that's 88 cents. So guys, let's get the like count up. Oh, we're already up to 650 already, so that's not too bad considering we've only got like 20 people in the chat so far. So let's go back to Tilray, and I'm just flicking between Tilray and Aurora Cannabis. There's no volume in GameStop and AMC at the minute. Tellurian made a pop, but not really interested in Tellurian. Canopy Growth is another one. Agrify, Grow Generation. Basically, we're seeing the momentum is in the cannabis sector today. Good, Jack. Good. How's yourself? How was the job yesterday? The in Birmingham. Down in Brum, like. She's back on the sofa. She's back on the sofa. I'll just give you a quick pet. Clover, it's Clover Health. I want to short it. Interesting. Clover's moved up well. I mean, it's as you know, Jack. It's below the threshold, my $3 threshold, so it won't show up on my scanners. But if you're setting up your scanners and you don't have that threshold, it's currently 209s. It's moved up from kind of 159 close last night, and it went up to kind of into the 240s. So that Clover's having a good day. A bit of a sell-off moment. It's down below the VWAP, but you know, as long as it stays above $2, I think we could see something there with Cleaver. The thing is with Cleaver, it's again the whole cannabis sector. So Sundial is having a good day. That's 88 cents at the minute, so that's an even cheaper one. SNDL, if you haven't seen that one. Cleaver, Tilray, Aurora Cannabis. Cannabis stocks are the interesting sector today. Good luck trading today, anyway, Jack. Just having a bit of a sell-off. See Bed Bath and Beyond above 25. Bed Bath and Beyond's moving back up towards the $25 mark. Price selling off for cannabis. Okay, let's address the chat. Okay. So Leary wants to know if I make any money. No, I sit here. I think someone asked me that yesterday. I sit here drinking Barocca just for the kicks. I don't actually make money trading. No. I hope you're being facetious. If not, just have a look in the in my profile videos. The first two that are pinned, I'll give you an indication whether I'm making money or not. Don't know what actually you're saying there. Like mana brief, whatever. How do I feel about Joby today? Well, let's have a look, shall we? It's in a good moment. It's 5% up on the day. It's not moving heavily. It's low volume. It's not set up for a trade for me as yet. But the fact that it's gapping up is a good thing. It did gap up after hours yesterday up to kind of 580s. Now 558, but it retraced pretty much everything after hours yesterday, and then it started slowly moving up again. So 555 at the minute. I'm not trading that. It's too low volume, but it's having a good moment over the last week or so. And good. Thank you very much, Sangoku. I wish me a profitable day today as well. Yes, I'm on the Barocca. I picked some up yesterday, so it's I get withdrawal symptoms without it yesterday. Too late to get into Mara or Riot? Absolutely not. No. The thing is with Mara and Riot is they are mining stocks. The crypto mining stocks. Let me be clear there. So crypto mining stocks, and they will follow whatever Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin, who else is excited about? Let me know who else is excited about the crypto space at the moment. Bitcoin's currently at 44s. I've just got a feeling if we break that magical $45,000 this coming weekend, and I think we will, that we could be on for another mini bull run. And I say mini bull run because I don't think we're going to get the extended bull run that we got the last couple of years, but. I think if we get over $45, I think we could go on a bit of a run. Plus, speaking of which, we've just broke $45,000. Happy day. Let me just pull up my trading view. Bitcoin. Not quite broke it on Coinbase, but spreads on eToro are saying 45, so probably 44.74. Depending on the spreads, and a bloody spread is that. Yeah, so we're looking at very. Yeah, it's 44.70s. 44.700s, should I say? Bitcoin's having a good rally. Ethereum's up a couple of percent, 2.25%. So unfortunately, Cardano and XRP are down. But I'm still happy. I'm still bullish with Cardano. I mean, it's still over 110s. So a couple of days ago, it's still under $1. Now it's over $1.10. So Cardano's had a good rally for me. I'm happy enough with that. XRP is currently about $84. Sorry, 84 cents. So XRP's, making another rally as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm very bullish on crypto at the moment. I'm happy with the way it's moving. Well, I wouldn't say it's too late to get into Mara. Just watch Bitcoin. Or if you're getting into Riot on Mara now, just watch Bitcoin for the break of 45. If it gets rejected at 45, get out of Riot and Mara, because they will follow suit. They will, if Bitcoin takes a turn to the downside, Riot and Mara will also take a turn to the downside. The thing is with Riot and Mara is you get these, what's the word I'm looking for? It's you get magnified moves. So Bitcoin might move 2 or 3%, and then you'll get a 5, 10, 15% move with Riot and Mara. My opinion, of course, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Hey, Phil. I just sent you an email, James. I'm at the moment. Well, it depends on the stream, so I should be good for 4 p.m. But I've booked in for I booked you in for half an hour. So if I have to, I've got to go and see my new place at. I've got to be set up my new place at 5 p.m. So I've got a hard stop at kind of 4:40. But if we need to resume, we can set up a session over the weekend as well. No problem. I've just sent you a mail to that effect. How you doing, Phil? What am I trading at the moment? I'm just waiting for a setup. So the third most important thing about trading, day trading, the best friend of a day trader is patience. So I'm just waiting for a setup at the moment. There's quite a few things moving, but nothing setting up for me at the moment. Cannabis stocks are big, so we're trading on a more generic platform. We're trading equities, so stocks and shares. D Greavesy. Well, it's stocks and shares is what we're trading. So I bought at the top of the market too, Alistair. And so Alistair's just saying he's glad Bitcoin's moving up. So he bought badly in November at the top of the market. If that was your entry point at the top of the market in November, the thing is with Bitcoin, it's a bit like buying gold. It doesn't matter when you bought it. If you're in it for the long term, you just keep dollar cost averaging, and ultimately it will move in your favor. Yeah, my strategy on crypto is long term. I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Cardano. Those are the 4 coins that I'm holding long term. I'll dip into the market. I made quite a bit I made about 30,000 on Shiba Inu last year. I made a little bit less, about 14,000 on Doge last year. I'm just riding the momentum, but as for crypto, I don't trade crypto in the same way I trade stocks for day trading. There are people that do that, but I just find that the volume or the volatility isn't there. It's one or the other. So if you've got the lesser known, if you're looking for the big gains, you're looking for the volatility and the big moves in crypto, you tend to have to go off the main coin exchanges. And I'd use BitGit or something like that. And you've got the Pancake Swap and all the other more lesser known exchanges, and you get some of these lower cap coins where you don't get the volume because there's not a lot of people trading those lower cap coins in the same way. Whereas you get the volume with the larger cap coins. I've just mentioned 4 that I'm in long term, but any of the larger cap coins, you get the volume, but you don't get the volatility. So you may get a 10-15% move with Shiba Inu, and then it'll pull back 20%. So that's good enough for some people to make good money on a daily. For me, I'd rather trade stocks and shares when I can get 130% moves, 140% moves, 750% moves with volume. So that's why I prefer trading stocks as a day trader. I prefer trading stocks. I find the patterns and the pattern breakouts more predictable and more reliable than they are in crypto. That's just my preference, but I know which platform for scanners in crypto. I don't know if there is any. Again, this is something for. There isn't really one that comes up, because if you're looking for the big movers, like I've got my scanners open for the gappers, top gappers, and you don't really get that in crypto because you need the lower cap coins for the big movers, and you've not got the crowds following the lower cap coins. So, you know. Yeah, AMC was so predictable yesterday. It was really, really good. We had that VWAP bounce was the first trade that we took with AMC, which is a classic strategy to use. And then it was just support. It was really respecting support and resistance levels. So AMC was really good for us yesterday. And it never. What the surprising thing was, we made $8,000 on AMC yesterday. It never got green on the day, and we only went long. We didn't short it at all, but it never went green on the day. It was just the range that it was in. It was quite a good range, but the range it was trading in, in such a predictable fashion that when it set up really well for those moves. And if for anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about with AMC yesterday, the summary video I put up on YouTube, it shows the trades that I took and why I took them, etc. But it came to the good. So we finished yesterday. We were kind of break even when we finished the stream, and AMC just really saved. Well, it didn't save us because we weren't losing. We weren't in a losing position. But AMC came good, and we did about I think $8,000 on AMC over the whole day. Really good. What do I think about recession? Well, we're not in a recession at the moment. So there was a lot of worry about us entering a recession, and that worry hasn't gone away. There is still a potential that will be the case. We've not. If I pull up the SPY and the wider market, we're now back at kind of early February levels. So we've had a really good rally over this last 2 weeks for the markets, and we're back up at similar levels we were at the beginning of February. So we sold off from Christmas time, kind of mid to late December. We sold off into for the whole of January really, and then into just looking at these things. We sold off from. We had all-time highs up in beginning of the new year. We had all-time highs. So the SPY was at all-time highs on the 3rd of January, and then we just sold off. We reached a bottom, if you will, down in the end of February, 22nd of February, and then we've rallied since. We've had a couple of good weeks of rallying. So that bottom kind of coincided with the Ukraine invasion as well. But we've had a few. I mean, the day before yesterday, we had a bit of a correction. We had I think 4 or 5 days of rally in a row on the markets. Then we had a pullback, which is normal. That's normal behavior. It doesn't matter what the time frame is. If you're looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute, daily, you're always getting a point where if you rally for an extended period, you're going to get a period where you actually pull back, and that's what we got on Wednesday. It was a pullback, and then it rallied again yesterday. So we're already up on the day today. So I'm buoyant on the wider market from a recession point of view. The only thing that's looming large is the whole cost of inflation at the moment. The inflation piece is still looming large and can be another catalyst to pushes it back into recession. Because if you start trying to push interest rates up to the whole macroeconomic issue that you've got to look into, but I'm not going to go into that on this stream. I'm just starting to waffle on my soapbox now. So how big is too big for a spread to buy? It depends on what you're buying. Well, let's have a look at Chrome for you. It's barcoding sideways at the minute. Not a lot of volume, and it's had a good couple of days, which not really bucked the trend for me. It's still way below the daily VWAP or the weekly VWAP. But it's had a good week. It's gapping up on the day. It's 425 now. Is Kronos Group. So it's having a good day, but no volume. And two things we look for as a day trader is volatility, so we can take advantage of those moves, those swings, either up or down, and we want those swings coming with volume. So ideally we want 3 V's. We want volatility, volume, and velocity. The velocity means that we can get in and out of a move quickly, and we've captured a large move within a relatively short space of time. Those are the best things. We don't always get the velocity, but as long as we've got the volatility and the volume, those moves become predictable. You get the big moves with predictability. So that's what we're looking for, is volatility and volume. And of course, you have to be patient enough to wait for it. So Trexarkans says the market opens at 9:30 East Coast. That's correct. Many tickers with Ameritrade starting at 7 a.m. Yeah, so my broker allows me to start at 7:30 a.m. So I've had the ability to trade for the last 90 minutes, well, 80 minutes. But I've not done any trades yet. There's nothing set up for me yet. I've seen a few moves, but it's not set up for a trade as yet, pre-market. A lot of brokers don't allow pre-market or post-market trading. The majority don't. It's only a handful that do. So if you've got a broker that does allow you to, I mean, even some of the free commission brokers where you're the product, in America, for example, in the US, the likes of Robinhood and Webull will allow you to trade pre-market, but only for half an hour. So kind of, it's you're not really capturing any big moves there. Yeah, Tilray's looking interesting today. In fact, the whole cannabis sector is looking interesting today. For some reason, I know there's been some media, but I know the Reddit crowd, the social media and Reddit retail investors on Wall Street Bets, for example, are talking about Tilray, Aurora Cannabis, Sundial, all of the cannabis stocks. The top 3 gappers at the moment on my scanners, and this is above $3. So the top 3 gappers, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the top 7 gappers are cannabis stocks. So that puts it into context for you. What's happened with Agri? got a nice pump there. What drove that? AgriForce growing system. So this moved for us a couple of few days ago. Nothing specific. 13 million float. Not heavily shorted. But we just got quite a lot of volumes come in and a big move. I've just seen this a couple of minutes earlier. I could have gotten on this pullback to $5. As it broke the whole dollar, we could have got the pullback to the whole dollar, and then the move. We could have caught the move up. That was a lovely little move we could have got there. Just seen it a little bit earlier. Missed this by about 30 seconds. Now we've got to wait for another entry if we're going to get in on this. Wait for a setup. It's just moving straight up at the minute. No entry for us. The worst thing you can do is chase momentum. If it's moving up and you think, okay, I'm just going to jump in, you might get lucky. It might continue to move up. And that's a gamble that you take if you do that. But it's always better to wait for the pullback and the confirmation, and then look for the next candle to make a new high. So we've got the pullback. So we're looking for the next candle to break highs, which will be 538. We want to see that with volume coming in at the bottom as well. If it makes new highs but there's no volume coming in, then you're potentially going to get faked out. Watching this for the move up. I entered it. Why did? Silly. Pressed the button, didn't really want to. I was waiting for the 538, but it's not up there. So that was a bit silly of me. Been waiting for the candle to make a new high, but I've entered anyway by accident. Guess we've got a better fill. We goes up, breaks that high. Guess we get a better fill. We're going to make more profits. We broke that high. We've got the volume coming in now. Just a starter position for 2,500. This will be 545 is what I'm looking for. Be patient. Because I've got in here early, I can use break even as my exit. Oh. Breaks even, we just exit the trade. Take 1,000 shares off. 545s. Nice hits at this stage. Pre-market. That's $100 in the bank. Good. Probably, I'm just going to add back there. Break up the $0.50. This is AgriForce. Traded this a few days ago. AgriForce. AGRI. And we're currently in for 4,000 shares. We'll take 1,000 shares off. We're now 3,000 shares in the mix. Just taking profits on the way up. Nobody goes broke by taking profits. Get out to break even. Our new stop loss is break even on this. $544 is. I'll get out. Our stop loss is if it breaks 544. Okay, we'll just get out there. Okay, and normally I could have used the previous low, the previous candle low. The next candle to make a new low is a good exit indicator, but I was happy to get out for break even. So just made $200 on that trade. Oh, $200 is a good start. Base hits. It's smash top Friday. Absolutely it is. It absolutely it is. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is what I find interesting about the market is just when you think you've got it figured out, just when you think you've got it figured out, it'll come and bite you on the ass. Okay, it is like that. Just as soon as you think you've got it figured out, it'll do the exact opposite of what you expect. The market doesn't care. Excuse me. The market doesn't care about your feelings, and it doesn't. It doesn't care about any algorithms that you've got. It just really is its own. The market can be completely irrational and illogical longer than you can stay solvent. Let's just say that much. So don't try and figure out what the market does, or which was breaking highs there. I could have got back in for that break of high, but no, I'll just wait. I'll wait. The thing is, if you miss a move, don't worry about it. You've missed a move. It's gone without you. Think of it. Think of stocks and the moves on stocks a bit like a bus. Okay, you're waiting for a bus. You go to the bus stop and you miss it. You know, you go and you're at the bus. You're waiting at the bus stop. You go in the convenience store and you buy yourself a drink while you're waiting. And then as you're paying for your drink, the bus comes and goes without you. Do you know what? Are you going to get upset about it? No, because why? There's going to be another bus in 5 minutes. So stock moves are exactly the same thing. If you miss the move, just wait, be patient. It'll present itself with another opportunity in 5 to 10 minutes or an hour or whatever, or there'll be another stock moving. So don't ever succumb to FOMO, the fear of missing out, because you're not going to miss out. That was a nice little move from kind of 35 cent move. That was lovely little move as well. I'm looking at $0.75 level as a potential entry now. It's funny how these lines that I've drawn here are lines from when we traded it last time out a few days ago. I've not added any lines this morning on. I might have added something on. No, I've not added any lines on aggregate this morning. So it's funny how we then rejected at this resistance level here. Market memory. Tilray will hit $12 by Monday. It's $8 today. I hope so. That'd be nice. Nice little 50% run up today. What's it on today? 50-60% run up today would be nice. We've not got any trading over the weekend, so I'm assuming that you mean by close of business today it'll be $12. I mean, I remember trading Tilray last year or the year before up at $20, $30. Yeah, probably still got the lines on. Yeah, I've still got the lines on when I was trading it up there. So 1840s was a resistance level for me at the time, 16s. So I traded up in the high teens, early 20s back in uh, back in the summer last year. Tilray. Now it's trading at 8, so back above the VWAP. So that's interesting. Again, we didn't trade Agri because it was one of the top gappers. It is now, but it wasn't. It just hit the scanners. It came from a red position, but it hit the momentum scanner. So it's even pre-market. You can look at the momentum scanners and you can actually see what's moving and take a position with them if they give you the setups. So twice here we got the setups. I missed the first setup, got the nice second setup. Could have got a nice little bull flag set up there. We could have got in there at the $0.50 for the move up, but we missed that. So now we're looking at another potential entry on Agri Systems or AgriForce. So it's a quiet day in the chat today. Let's have a look at Tilray because I saw it moving up. Where's the support and resistance level? I don't want there. 820s. Support and resistance at 820s. $8.25. Looking at the 60-minute chart. Daily, we're not innings. 9 at 7. Weekly. $10. $10 is the big support, previous support level, so it probably will be a big resistance level. So if it's going to get to $12, it's got to break that $10 resistance first. It's going to be a big one. 820 is seen it a few times today. Let's see this break 820. I see it break 820 first. I won't take a position for the break of 820. I'm looking for the break and retest. So it will break above 820, then it pull back, use it as support, whether it be 820 or 825, the $0.25 level. Use it as support and then make another move upwards. At that point, that's when we look for the next candle to make a new high, and that's our entry point. That's our entry signal. No, it's quiet because there's only 25 people in the stream on Tickety Tocky. We've only got we've got a few people on a couple of addition people on the tube and Twitch and everything else. But so there goes 820. No, tapped 820. Do we get past it? We'll see here on the previously we've got 820 here as a resistance, 820 is a resistance here, 820 is a support level here, and again if we scroll further back we can see it as a resistance level as well. So resistance there. So 820 is a key. It's a confirmed support and resistance level. So it needs to break 820, and then I want to see it come back and test it. Moment it's been just got rejected from 820. This is Tilray, by the way. If you're wondering which stock I'm talking about, TLRY, it's a cannabis stock, and that's top gapper of the morning. It's already traded 16 million shares already this morning. 23 million is his daily average, so we're on the way to beating that. So it's relative high volume. We've got AgriForce has already traded 3 million shares against an average of 8. So again, pre-market, it's relative high volume. Only traded AgriForce. So at the moment we're $200 green. Not taking any big sizes. We started off with kind of, I think the biggest size we had, biggest position we've had this morning is about 4,000 shares. Not taking any huge sizes. 4,000 shares at what's I agreed at the moment, $5 is about $20,000 worth of equity requirement. There we go. We just broke the 820 level, so I want to move up $0.25, and now looking for retest of the 820 resistance level as support. Then we can look for an entry. There's the 820 level. It's pulled all the way back to it. Entry is the $0.25 level. If it holds 820, we can get in at 825. It really is that simple. You look for confirmations, you look for the patterns, you look for the confirmations. They don't always break out in your favor, but if you use these tried and tested techniques, these tried and trusted methodologies, 80% of the time, 75, 80% of the time, you're going to have a winning trade. And if you've got an accuracy that's 60, 70% up, you don't have to be, you can be a little bit riskier with your risk reward. So one or the other has to be good. With me, I'm kind of about 6 to 4 on my risk reward at the moment. It needs to be better, but I've got a really good accuracy level. My accuracy is over 70% this year. We're not getting the volume there, so not really a setup because we're not getting the volume follow through. So you can continue to watch, but that for me would have been a reasonable setup. If we've got a volume follow through for the break there of 825, it's pulling back now. For the break of 825, then that would have been a good entry point to me. Because we broke the VWAP, we came back, we retested it, and then moved up. Not only did we break the VWAP, we went up, broke that resistance level, 820, came back, retested it. Now we're back below 820, so we're pulling back to 815. So we didn't get the follow through, and because we set the entry at the 825, the new highs, it means that we've not risked any money because we needed to confirmation before we got the entry, and the confirmation was it's going to create new highs. It never actually got up there. It was rejected at 824 again. So using these methodologies, not only does it give you greater accuracy in the trades that you take, it actually gives you greater accuracy in the trades that you don't take as well. Let's have a look at Agri. Agri's now testing highs on good volume. Oh, 575 could be an entry. A bit of a pullback here. I'm going to watch this. Got this it's a little extension bar. We get 2 or 3 red candles in a row, pulling down. A parallel channel, if you will. It's a bull flag setup, and it's likely to break upwards. If we don't get that, then we could still break upwards, but it means that we don't have to wait for it to retest new highs before we get an entry in. I'll have a look at that one. You don't have to spam the chat, Quest Cambry. I'll have a look at that one when in just a moment. Do that for you now. Okay, so what about it? It's been selling off for the last week, and it's selling off. It's below. It's red on the day already. It's below. It's like 91 cents at the minute. SONM. It's 91 cents at the minute. Very low volume. It's red on the day already. There's no trade there for me. It's not in good shape. Not since its sell-off last week. It's not in good shape. It had a run up last week for 3 consecutive days, and now it's selling off again. And this is what happens with these low-cap stocks. They'll have a good period, a day or a couple of days, and then they'll sell off and they'll lose all the gains, and you'll not hear from them again for another 12, 18 months. And then when you do hear from them again, people are like still holding bags from the previous run-up. Bugger. So looking at that, well, so you just cost us an entry point there, Quays Condry. So just on this, for those on YouTube that you're watching this, the extension bar that you got up here, and then the pullback, we got this bull flag formation, and then we could have got in here at 570s for the handle to break a new high for the run up, and we would have got a whole 10-cent move. So that was an opportunity for the, if we put, say we put 1,000 shares in there at 570, we take 10-cent move, we take 500 off at 580, and this went up to 583. So we take 5 on the 10-cent move, we take 500 off, it pulls back, then we just get out at break even for the remaining 500. Although if it doesn't pull back to the 570 when we entered, you ride it up, and if it goes higher, you make more profit. There you go. You would have got out there. So you made 10 cents, 500 shares. That's nice $50 for 2 minutes work. $1,000 shares going to cost you $5,000 to get in there. So if you've got an account that's $5,000 account, small account, just made $50 in 2 minutes. Hey Michael, welcome back. Good to see you again. MJXL looks okay to you, does it? Let's have a look. What's okay about it? What chart are you looking at? Ian Turner, MJXL's looking good. What chart are you looking at? MJXL, are you actually looking at the chart, or are you just looking at numbers? There's zero volume. There's absolutely nobody trading this. It's up kind of 20 cents on the day. You know, Ian Turner, just pay it before you start commenting in the chat. No, please comment in the chat, but just stick around for a while. You'll understand what we're trying to look for. To be a profitable trader, there's no profit in MJXL, trading MJXL today. That's just gambling if you're trading that today, at the moment anyway. Even in yesterday's open market, the volume's horrendous. There's just nobody trading it. You know, 200 shares traded on over a 5-minute period, and this is towards the end of the day. 12 midday, 150 shares traded in a 5-minute period. What on earth do you think MJXL is looking good? What's looking good about that particular chart to you? Please tell me. MJ, on the other hand, which is a derivative. So it's an ETF. Again, low volume. It's having a good day today, but it's still low volume. I mean, it's up, what, 8%, but it's still not tradable. There's no moves there. There's nobody trading it. In total today, there's been 160,000 shares traded in total pre-market. So you need volume. You need volume and you need volatility. And there's none of that there. What's the play today? I'm mostly likely to be looking at the cannabis stocks. That's where the movement is. It's, yeah. Where is the volume and volatility? I'm trying to keep it real. I mean, somebody comes on here. I don't know if they're holding bags or whatever it is. If you ask my opinion, that's fine. But don't come on saying it looks great when it doesn't. You know, if you're trying to pump a stock because you're holding bags, that's the wrong way to do it, because nobody's going to listen to you if I then have a look at it and say something else. They're more likely to listen to me. But please, guys, don't listen to me. It's not financial advice. I'm only giving my own personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. If you take my words and lose money, don't sue me. But I mean, I'm all for buying ETFs, but for long-term investment. But if you the whole point of this stream is day trading, and I'm trying to help people learn how to day trade profitably. And if you're going to go after a stock that's got zero volume, then you're going to lose money. And if you're trading derivatives like MJ, it's an ETF, so it's a derivative. So if you're trading derivatives, the likelihood is that you're not going to, if it's having a good day, you're not getting the good day that you could have had if you chose to trade the instruments that make up that derivative. So very often an ETF, it's a way of hedging. So you'll get a bunch of stocks in there that are making good moves, and then there'll be some that are working the other way, and you'll get a move to the upside with that ETF. But if you just traded the stocks that are having a good day, you'll get much more opportunity to make money than maybe the ETF moves 5-10%, whereas the stocks are moving 25-30%, and then there's a couple are moving downwards, kind of 10-15%. So teal rays ranging at the minute. So I marked out on the 5-minute. I marked out the top of the range this morning, which is 850, 849 actually, but I've marked 850 as a potential area to watch at the bell. We've got 9 minutes to the bell, and the low of the range is 775. So we've got a 75-cent range there for teal ray that it's been trading with pretty much all morning. Sundial's having a good day. Sundial is, as you know, Michael, Sundial is below the $3 minimum that I set, but it is up on the day, and it's up. It's like the rest of the cannabis stocks. It had a high of like 94 cents. It's currently 86. I think it finished yesterday's trading. It had a good rally yesterday, and it was about 75 cents was the close, I think. Yeah, 75, closed at 75 cents. So it's up to, it's gapping up, and it's 86, trading at 86 cents. They're all trading in a similar fashion at the moment. All the cannabis stocks, they're ranging above and below the VWAP, so they're trading sideways. But when the market opens in 8 minutes, I'm sure that a few of these will make some big moves. Which way? I can't tell you at this moment in time, but I'm being optimistic and saying upwards. That's not financial advice. So AgriForce is the top gapper today, as of now. Which is why is that showing us it's down on the day and it's not? Oh, high of this candle 87. Oh, The thing is with AgriForce now, if looking for a scalp, we're looking at like a 10-cent move because we've got the whole dollar level of $6 very close by. So the high of this the high of day right now is pre-market high is 587. So we've got 13 cents to the potential resistance level of the whole dollar level. So I would right now probably prefer to this high up here so we can see what is it. Prefer to wait till the bell and see if it breaks that $6 level. And at what volume. So the two ones I'm watching are Tilray and AgriForce into the open. AgriForce, A-G-R-I. Do I see the volume on Tilray? Yeah, absolutely. Good volume. And the thing is with Tilray, it's a well-traded stock anyway. The average volume on Tilray is 23 million daily. It is already up to 19 million. Let me just see what it's a big float, I believe, Tilray actually. I might be wrong. No, it's a big float. It's a decent sized float. So we're looking at 471 million share float. So it needs a lot of volume for any kind of volatility. What I would say about this, though, is what I'm noticing there is a 40% short float. So if Tilray continues to make moves up, we could see some volatile movement from the shorts having to cover. So I'll keep an eye on that. And that's probably why the Reddit crowd have been talking about this as a potential short squeeze. Let's have a look at the short interest. They've got days to cover at the moment, so we're probably looking at 3 days to cover on the most of them. 63 million shares short, 2.9 days to cover. So it's so it looks like Agri's probably, for me, Agri and Tilray are the two. Aurora Cannabis has got potential. Agri and Tilray are the two for me at the moment that are interesting as we head into the open. We've got a little over 3 minutes to the open. Oil prices dropping today. Thing is with the oil prices, I'm hoping that the oil prices continue to come down because they're a major factor in terms of inflation at the moment, because they have a direct knock-on to overall costs on everything. They have a knock-on cost to logistics because of travel fuel and stuff. They have a knock-on cost to food, knock-on cost to heating and lighting and power. So oil prices being so high is terrible for inflation. We need them to come down and maybe we can get a handle on the inflation. What's looking good today? New username. Well, we're looking at the cannabis stocks. So Sundial, Agri, Tilray, anything that's cannabinoid related, it seems to be having a good day today. It's an American stock. Sundial's an American stock. All these cannabis stocks are American simply because the UK hasn't legalized cannabis yet. You can't even buy it over the counter without it being tampered with. You'd think that the Dutch would have stolen a march when various states in the US legalized cannabis. You'd have thought that the Dutch would have been like, okay, let's export, because if just putting Amsterdam on the packaging would have been a big selling point over there in the US. Anybody looking to buy weed, if it's got product of the Netherlands or product of Jamaica or something like that, it would have. Yeah, that's a good point. How many of these Jamaican cannabis plantations are exporting now? Does anybody know? Somebody Google that for me. I'd be interesting to find out. These are any of these cannabis producers? Do they have farms in the Caribbean where people have been farming it personally for decades, hundreds of years? Nice. We're getting a busy chat. We're getting a busy stream again now. So as we go into the open, I always expect to get a bit more people coming in, because as the market opens, people start looking for day trading streams. They want to know what's happening in the market. Aurora Cannabis is not. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm not looking. I've got GameStop and AMC just to see if we're getting a continuation today, but it's not looking likely. They're below yesterday's close. Both of them are red. And AMC never did. There we go. We've got the open. So I'm looking at Agri and I'm looking at Tilray. Tilray, 850 is the high. 825 is a point of interest. Agri, see 890. Now we've got an opening range forming with Tilray, so an opening high of 816. Agri, we're still looking for that break of 590 up to $6. Tilray, break of 825. Just tapped it. Pre-market resistance level. Agri. Pre-market highs, broke pre-market highs, didn't follow through. I'm trying to flip between the two to find which one breaks out first. So it looks like I've got to wait for entry. I'll go back to Agri because I'll probably get an entry there sooner. $5.90, $6 I'm looking for there. Pull back on Tilray. Okay, break of $6. Near the whole dollar would be a resistance level. Call that out pre-market. We'll be careful of the whole dollar. Cool. Break of the whole dollar. Want to do it? There we go. See, 610, 620. Above that candle is 75. Up $6. That'll give me a fake out there, but as long as we're getting higher lows, I'm okay to hold this. The race selling off. AMC's just gone green on the day. For 610. Didn't quite get there. Okay. Try again. This candle now is 82. Just in Agriforce. Got rejected at 610s. So looking for some movement above $6. Our entry level is $6. Not a good sign. Want to see this bounce on the VWAP back up. We cut. It's heel raise sold off into a halt. Oh no, it's not. It's false halt. Okay, we put it there for a loss. Oh. So crypto exchanges, you can actually transfer. You just transfer it into your bank. The easiest way is just transfer it into your account and then move your money into a broker. That's probably the easiest way. The there probably is a way to transfer direct from your crypto exchange direct to a broker, but it depends on who the broker is. It depends on your crypto exchange. But the easiest way is just withdraw your money from your crypto exchange and then crypto wallet, and then deposit it with a broker. You get hit with a few more fees that way, but okay. Let's have a look at GME and AMC. That answered it. Taking 1,000 shares with GME. Move up. It's AMC, sorry. Ah, I thought I was in GME. hit $21 here? Question. Boiling. Backward. 185. Just trading AMC at the minute. Yemi is the catalyst here. It's following. Urian's made a pop. Just taking a little bit of profit off there. We've done exactly what we've done for the last couple of days. We dug a hole and now we've got to trade our way out of it. So 8,000 down after trading agri. Now we've just got to trade our way out of it. For a move up towards 21. Oh, all right. A buy price, average cost is 65. Testing 90. T1s. T21. Take a little bit of profit. $0.10. That's all. Spare 1,000 off that erroneous 1,000 off there. Break even is our exit. Our stop loss at break even, 65. Up at 84s. Oh. Take a little bit off at $21. Still in for 5,000 shares. Added back there. Move up to 21.10. Average cost now is 20.90. Off there. Now 10,000 shares in this. Exit there. A little bit of extra profit there. So 3,760 was the profit on that trade with AMC. So we're just making headway. We're down 4,000 now on the day. So we've got to get back to where we were. I'm going to have a look at GME. Have a look at Agri again. Agri sold off. Deal rate. Major red sell-off. So we're not getting much with Aurora Cannabis. Move that out. Off the list. Don't want to be where yesterday's. So look at G. Breaker 150. Fine. $49.85. So 49.60. The rate's moving back up again now. And watch Tilray for the break of this opening range high, 835. Got a good 15-cent move there, the pre-market highs. So if we can break 835, we should get a shoot up to 850s, maybe get a bit of resistance at 850s. I'll see this slowly, and then the volume coming for the break of 835. Tilray. Yeah, Shandol. It's happened probably about 3 days in a row now for me. I'll have a look at that in a minute, Noonan. It depends. If you want to trade the stock market rather than the crypto market, then of course you want to have your money in a broker as opposed to a coin exchange. If you want to trade crypto, the reverse is true. It's down to your personal preference, Quez. I trade stocks because of the volatility and the volume. No, I just find that it's easier to trade stocks than it would be crypto, unless you've got a gambling mindset. Then just use some of these smaller, spread it about across the various cryptos that have the potential to moon and do like 100x or 1000x. Should they get picked up? Now the chances are, if you spread say $500, $100 each across 5 different projects, 4 might not happen, and if one does, not only is it going to cover the cost of the other 4, but it could eventually make you a lot of money. But it's gambling. You're basically getting 5 scratch cards and hoping one's a winner. Okay, gimme. $40, $80, $47.88. This is 17. Changed my scanners over to the regular hours. Guys, you should be in YouTube in particular, or Twitch, you should be watching the scanners and remind me to change them over to regular hours. regular session. A bit of a flat top forming here on AMC at 2070. Those sending lows, so higher lows. Watch the volume. Volume starts to come in. That's really when you want to start into position. Getting lower volume, so I need to see a higher volume candle, an indicator of sentiment. Yeah, in the higher lows, flat top with the higher lows. Known as an ascending wedge. Cheers, Alistair. That broke down. It broke through the VWAP instead. So it went the opposite way that it was set up for. And that's a warning that whilst the patterns do work 70-80% of the time, occasionally they go the opposite way, and you need to be careful of that. So ooh, have a look at this one. iSpark. Really? 1.5 million shares traded? Well, got a halt up there. Up to there, it resumed. How long was it halted for? Got this one at 9:30. 10-minute halt. Halted down. Yeah, so okay, so that volume here, it's about 3 million handle. Halt up. People just jumping in. Profit. This is the pop on AMC and GME. High of day so far is 21.10, 21.9. The ray was moving up. Oh, getting a inwards. Path and Beyond never did anything. Distracting. on. I wanted that to make $1/4 level, but it's finding difficult. $30s. Oh, finding difficulty at the $1/4 level. We're back in AMC, by the way, just in case, for those that are not on YouTube, that are watching on TikTok, we're back in AMC. And another 5,000 off. So we're in for 10,000 shares. See if we can make the $1/2. We're up at 37.38. So if we can make the $1/2, then I'll consider adding back to my position. Great, 21.40s. Even is our exit. Can we get out there? Oh, we're knocking it down. We're getting more. We've made a bit more profit, so we're 4,600 on AMC, so we're 3,300 in the hole still. That's pull back a little bit too far, so we just exit the position. We'll look for another entry later. Goodness, Tellurian seems to be making moves. Let's have a look at Tellurian. Fantastic entry there. We could have got it. 525 for the break of the $1/4 there. The pull back to the VWAP and then the break of the $1/4. That's a beautiful VWAP bounce setup on the 5-minute. You've got to make sure that you don't hold when a position turns against you and you've got profits on the position. Do not, whatever you do, hold on to the second half of the position thinking it's going to go your way. Put it at break even. That makes the profits worthwhile. You've got to get used to the fact that you're gonna lose money. You want to make more money than you lose, but inevitably there are some trades you're going to lose money on. And we never turned around. All these cannabis stocks that look so promising pre-market, they've just died a slow death. Watch AMC, potential bounce here. You are. Quite a bit of sell-off there. looking for an entry now, so volume to come in for this. Take a little bit extra off. Back up towards 21. Got 15,000 shares here in AMC. Break of 21. Break 21 again. Take a little bit off. Reduce the exposure there. We're still for 10,000 shares. We'll retest highs here. Is our exit. 2090 is our exit point. That's our break-even point. Stop loss at 2090. It's currently just $21, just over $21. That'll pull back. That candle is anti-wicken. When it holds, don't mind it pulling back to 20, the whole dollar, and then use it as support. But pulls back any further, we just exit at 2090. That's our average cost is 2090. We already made a little bit on this trade, so we exit for break even on the remainder. So we went in for 25,000. We've taken 15,000 off at a profit level. Until we've not got as much profit as we would have liked, but there we go. Exit that. Wait for the next entry. So we're eating into that $8,000 loss. Okay, that's fine. You watch on Twitch, watch on YouTube, whichever suits you. Watch on TikTok, whichever one suits you. When are you, Ronan Constance? When are you holding from? Because NRSN was a mover like earlier in the week. Let me just have a quick look. Come back to AMC in a second. When did you get into NSRN? I hope you didn't get in today, because there's just no trade setups for today. I hope you weren't. Hope you're not holding bags around $6, $7. When did you get in, Ronan? getting this 20s. Scalping AMC every 10 cents or so. I'm just scalping it for 10-cent moves, getting it at 21.20, and then scalping the move up to 21.30. Oh. Who she's barking at, but quick scalp. $21.50s. Got filled at 21.40s, so a 10-cent scalp, 20-cent scalp. And we've almost covered the hole. Take half off there. Okay, so 285 red, where we are at the minute on the trade profit and loss. We're making steady progress to the break of the $0.50. Break even here is at. Okay, so get out there. Okay, so we're making, after going $8,000 red on the day, we're now $235 red on the day. So our next trade should cover that. And it's taken us, what are we now, half an hour, 35 minutes. Would it be the first couple of minutes? So it's taken half an hour to recover that $8,000, and it's not something that you do in one move. You've got to take base hits, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been scalping, 10-cent move here, 10-cent move there, and that's essentially what I've just been doing. So were you swinging it? Because that's not coming back, buddy. Sorry to say, but that's not coming back for a long time. You're up there at 550s. You'll be lucky if that comes back. I mean, you look at if you look at the NSRN now. Where are we? If I look at the chart, pre-market, no volume. It's selling off already. It's done nothing but sell off for the last 2 days. It made that initial run up on the 22nd, and you got in it on the 23rd. Was that pre-market you got in? Because it sold off. Sold off out of the gates on the 23rd. Made a little bit of a rally, then sold off into the close, and it was kind of stagnant, trading sideways around the VWAP all yesterday, and now it's down. So that's not coming back, buddy. I hate to tell you that. Be very surprised if that does come back. The thing is, with something like Neurosense, you look at the original catalyst. you need to look at the original catalyst and why it gapped up in the first place. It gapped up on FDA news, or was it clinical trials or something like that? And that was the catalyst. Now, it had a continuation, but it didn't reach the highs that it did on the first day. So that continuation basically says, okay, well, there's still a little bit of interest, but then the following day it sold off. So the interest has waned. Pharmaceutical stocks do that. They'll pump up on FDA approvals or clinical trials results, positive clinical trial results, and then they'll sell off for the rest of the time. So if you get into a situation where you're holding bags, you need to cut your losses. That's the risk you take with, and this is why I don't hold things overnight either. So I'll cut my losses before they make a serious dent into my, well, in most cases, before they make a serious dent into my whole equity position. But at the right time there. AMC, we're just riding this. It's in an upwards channel. We're just buying at the bottom and selling at the top, making scalping all the way up of every 10 cents or so. Let's have a look at GME, because that seems to be doing the same thing. You can make more money with GME. Not as volatile. Does tend to move in the same direction. Where's Agri gone? Sold off. Right, sold off. Let's have a look. Right, fridge. Let's have a quick look at the chart. Halted. Forge Global Holdings. So that halted at 10:07. It's now 10:11, so it'll be resuming in a minute. Upside in Forge Global, likely related to the fact it recently opened trade with its new ticker after completion of a SPAC merger. Other recently completed SPAC mergers, Allego, yeah, traded that one. Alpha Tau Medical saw momentum earlier this week. So Forge Holdings could be interesting. We had 1, 2, 3 halts already. That's going on the watch list. That should resume in about 30 seconds time. So I'll just hold it here. I'm still watching GME and AMC. The AMC sold off. It's back down towards the VWAP. I'm potentially looking for an entry opportunity there, but let's have a look at Forge. It's similar price to AMC, but it seems it's got a lot more volatility on it. Recent SPAC merger. Quick look at Kid Pick as well. Kid Picks halted up 450s. Yep. Add that to the watch list. You know how that can move from time to time, so that halted at 10:10, so that should be. Let's have a look at Forge. Forge is moving again. Nice scalp. Well done, Tony. Gonna get out there. I don't care if it moves up. Happy days. Just made $16,000 on that one trade. Quick scalp to break. Happy days. Show you that one. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube, but I'll show you that one. Very, very, very good trade. Quick fingers. So this is Forge, and very volatile. We've seen here it halted and it moved up. It resumed up. It halted, it resumed down. Halted down. Then it's resumed up. It's pulled back to the VWAP. So I'm looking for the next candle to make a new high here. So I got in 25,000 shares on volume. You can see down here, huge volumes candle, 25,000 shares. It popped up to $22 from where we got in at 20. Where did we get in? 2024. It popped up to $22. We took profits there. We actually missed a fill as well. We didn't get all 100% fill. We took some profits here and got out there. Took me a couple of orders to put in there because it actually went without me a couple of times. But just look at that. $16,000 on that one trade. We're now $15,000 to the good, and we're $14,500 to the good on the net profit and loss. That for me was a phenomenal quick scalp. That's what scalping is. Okay. That was scalping. Great trade. Well done, Tony. Well, yeah, it's actually a good comment. It's a reasonable comment there, Dan Brennan. Dan says that I should have more screens so I can see everything that's going on in all markets. I've got 8 tickers here. What you end up doing with them, with more screens and more tickers, and so I've got to watch this 8 different tickers here on the 1 minute. And what you end up doing is you get caught in shiny object syndrome. So it's you're distracted. You can only, I can only trade 1 stock at a time. I know some people can trade 3 or 4, but I can only trade 1 stock at a time. So I've got my scanners up that's telling me everything that's going on, so I can actually see the scanners, and I'll just change the watch list as needed. But that one there was quick fire wingers, good, you know, nice finger work, as Jack said, absolutely. You know, quick scalping, it moved up. I took some quick profit. It started to come back down again. I tried to take more profit. It went without me. So I had to then cancel that order and put some more. Because the thing is, what won't happen is if I put an order in, I can't then enter another order for the same amount of shares unless I'm going short. And I wasn't able to short that, so it didn't allow me to exit that position. I'm chained. So Tom Back says, I'm chained to the PC. That's not a pleasant lifestyle. I'm chained to the PC for like 2 hours. A 9 to 5 in my office, 8 hours. So I've got an hour of trading and an hour pre-market. I'm on the stream for 3 hours. That's more for the stream's benefit than the actual trading. And my laptop can go anywhere. I can use my USB monitors and go and, you know, trade at the beach if I want to. Not a pleasant lifestyle, really. It's a better lifestyle. You know, I work from my own home, and the only hours I'm beholden to are market hours. And I can now, I've just made $15,000 today. I can just take the dog for a walk and call it quits on the day. So Shando, great stuff, $3,000. Happy days, man, happy days. So can I explain that one, Phil? Yeah, I can certainly do that for you. I don't have to show the guys in TikTok this because this is for Twitch. If you look on the 1 minute, my cursor's on the 1 minute. Okay, we've got, this is halted 3 times. So on this one here, it's halted up. It's halted at 1545. It's resumed higher on $2 higher at 1747. Okay, we know it's got upwards momentum. It's halted. It's then carried on, and it's halted up to the upside again. It's halted at 2250. It resumes again. It resumes up, so it's $23. It resumes at. It moves up quickly and then flushes down into a halt downwards. We've got the halt there at 2070, and it resumes lower at 1954. I hope you're getting this one, Phil. So it resumes at 1954. It moves up and then pulls back towards the VWAP. So I'm looking for a VWAP bounce here. Okay, this is the technique that I'm using here. So it's pulling towards the VWAP. We get a VWAP bounce. I'm looking for the next candle to make a new high after the VWAP bounce, which is 2050. Now I get in, I get filled at this level. So it's up and down, but I'm pulling my trigger as it gets to 2050. It pulls a little bit back, and that's when I get filled, which is not too bad. I don't mind a fill at a lower price. As it moves then up with velocity, moves up to kind of $22. That's when I pull the trigger. I see that we're already in there. I put 10,000 shares off. I try and take another 10,000 shares off. It goes without me. So then I take them off here. Take 10,000 there off at $21, and the remainder off when it starts pulling back at 2082. So sometimes you've got to be quick to the trigger. It did then pull all the way back to the VWAP again at 1975, before then moving back up. Moved all the way up to 2175 again. Now it's pulled all the way back below the VWAP. So we had a couple of good VWAP bounces there. So very, very nice. So you can see that the thought process in there is we pull back. We know it's on volume. It moves up, pulls back to the VWAP. Then you're looking for the next candle to make a new high on that bounce. If it pulled back to the VWAP again, we would have been looking for the next candle to make a new high. We didn't get it. It then pulls back to the VWAP again, and it's broke the VWAP. So that's where we are with that one. So we had one VWAP bounce that we took advantage of, and we went in big size, because if you look at the bottom, and this is the key thing here, okay? What you don't do is you don't go in big size on something like that if the volume isn't there to support it. You look at the candles on the histogram at the bottom, you can see that as it bounced on the VWAP here, you see the volume really flows in. And as we get that break of the highs, everybody's doing the same thing. So everybody is buying that break of that the next candle to make a new high. So this is almost like a bull flag setup if it was across multiple candles, because you get the retracement and then the shoot up with volume. But because of the halt, it wasn't actually quite like that. So we're getting the move up, it pulls back, then we start getting the move up, it pulls back to the VWAP, and that's when everybody comes in with the volume. And it's the volume that gives you the signal to say, go in big size, because the volume's going to follow through. And what happens there is everybody starts to take profits up here at $22 at the same time. So you've got to be part of the crowd. You follow the crowd. That's a fair comment. You can trade on your phone, but I don't. I prefer to trade. It's difficult to trade on your phone if you're day trading. I've got to be honest. But I can take my laptop anywhere. I'm chained to my laptop. But then again, I used to be the regional vice president of a software company for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and I was chained to my laptop. I spend more time. I had more screen time when I was doing my 9-to-5 job than I do now. You know, I spend more screen time now, actually, you know, building that course. It made me take more screen time than I do on an average day's trading. So I'm chatting here, and my screen time is split between the phone, TikTok, and YouTube, and what have you, rather than actually working. I work for a couple of hours a day, really. Realistically, I'm working for a couple of hours a day. If you're a builder, you're chained to the building side. If you don't work for yourself, you're chained to the job. So, you know, not a pleasant lifestyle. I would much rather have my lifestyle than working at McDonald's flipping burgers and some guy jumped up asshole, you know, calling my mom a whore and me worthless. You know, why would I do that? But I don't know what job you're doing, Tom, but you might have a really rewarding job, and you know, you're training dolphins or something. You let us know what job is it that you do? Are you a dolphin trainer or elephant orphanage handler or something? I don't know. A really worthwhile job, whatever. Oh, I will be doing a YouTube. Yeah, I'll be covering that on the YouTube summary later, Jack. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, so now I can rest easy. So we've made our money today. Let's see what else we can look at. Pick. Still breaking highs. High of day here, 535. And to be fair, we didn't get that boredom situation today where if you feel like you have to trade just because you sat at your desk, you take boredom trades and they don't go against you. Because we were trading AMC and it was fairly volatile for us today, we were waiting for that one stock, that one volatile stock to hit the scanners. And that's all it takes. One stock with enough volatility that you can get in big size, ride that one move, that one pop, and it makes you money. It makes you enough money for the day. That's all you need. On a daily basis, one trade a day is more than enough. You get that if you pick the right stock and you pick the right trade, one trade a day is all you need to make enough money, and you can, have a very comfortable lifestyle day trading. AMC is it's doing well. It's up on the day. It's above over. It's actually green on the day, which is more than it did yesterday, but it's above $20. It's regularly popping above $21, so it's slowly making progress. I don't think it's going to make millionaires out of people like it did last year. It's not going to go to the moon. If we're lucky, we might see $25 next week, maybe, but I'd be very surprised. I've been saying I said that on Twitter, and the amount of apes that came after me because I said it's never going to see 25 again. If you're holding bags over 30, either average down or sell them at a loss, because it's never going to see 25 again. And I still believe that, but I'm open to being wrong. No problem being wrong. How much did I lose this year? So far I've lost minus $300,000. Work that one out. Cindy Bad 3000. That's all right. The wind. Thought the dog was trying to come in. She's all right. She's outside. It was the wind. Okay, so monitors covering the window. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. So yeah, I've not done the tour. Who wants a tour of the desktop? Who wants a tour of the desktop? We've made. I'm just relaxed now because if we get a really good setup, I'll take it. But right now it's Friday. It's what are we looking at? $14,500 net, over $15,500 on the trade P&L. So let's do a desktop tour, shall we? Do this every single day for people that aren't used to joining us. So pre-market, this is what we set up. So again, when I'm saying I do 2 hours a day, an hour's trading, so we've done an hour's trading, and we've made our money. And pre-market, we set up an hour. We look for these. So we've got these scanners. This is Benzinga Pro. Okay, so Benzinga Pro. I'll come to where you can find this in just a second. But we set our scanners pre-market. We would have this set to pre-market. Currently, it's regular market. I'm a long bias trader, so you can look for, if you're short bias, you can look for the losers, you can look for your gainers. If you do a bit of both, you go gainers and losers, whatever. But I've got it set to regular. I've also got myself a couple of filters here. So I've got filters set on the price. Right now it doesn't show me anything under $3 a share. And I've got the volume. It needs, because it's pre-market, it needs at least 50,000 shares being traded pre-market. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm doing pre-market anyway. So this gives me who the ticker is. I can click on this. So if I can look at any of these, click on this and it opens up another window. I'll pull this up for the Twitch and so this is the window that it opens up, and this is all the information I need. It looks at this, for example, why is Forge, so I'm looking for a catalyst on the news, okay? So why is Forge moving up? So upside in Forge likely related to the fact it recently opened trade with, it's a SPAC merger, completion of a SPAC merger. I remember the DWAC last year was a SPAC merger, and that went absolutely mental, and I made an absolute killing last October doing that, playing that one. So we can look at key data like the actual float size. We can look at if there's a short interest. There isn't any, so because it's a recent SPAC merger. We look at what the news is. We can look for if there's a earnings or IPO calendar, anything like that, the financials of the company. So all of this is right there at your fingertips. Okay, so I basically look for the volume, and I will look at relative volume. So if I look at Forge here, 3 million shares traded today already. On any given day over the last 3 months, the average is 1.7. So we're currently approaching 2x. And it's been halted for a lot of that as well. So currently approaching a 2x relative volume. If you look at KidPick, next one down, average trading over the last 3 months is 5.6 million shares. It's already more than that. Joby Aviation is already, so they're all relatively high volume. All these top four are relatively high volume. Okay, and that's what we're looking for, is relative high volume. Bank of America is going to have more shares traded. It's going to have a higher volume, but it's the relative volume. Now on this one, we've got momentum, and this is where we saw Forge, for example. At the moment, KidPick is the top momentum in terms of what it's moved up, and we can see how it's moved up on volume. So this is a scanner. It tells me over the last 15 minutes which stocks have moved the most. This is surging scanner, so it's the same thing, but one is sorted by the gap, how much it's moved in the last 5 minutes. And this one is how much how many people have traded it in the last 5 minutes. So it's sorted by volume. Then down here, I've got my signals. So this gives me price spikes. It gives me the halt and resumes. It gives me highs, 52-week highs. So high if it reaches years over the highs over the last year, and it gives me session highs or day highs. So that's what that shows me. I can do for lows as well if you're more short biased. And then I've got the rolling news ticker here. So this tells me what's coming through and what's happening. Okay, if you're interested in that, where can you find that? Well, you can go to my profile, my TikTok profile. If you swipe left, you get to my TikTok profile. There's a little thing here. If you're on YouTube, you can go into the comments. You'll see these links in the description. If you click on that, it will bring open to the link tree. Now these links in this link tree are also listed in the YouTube description. You'll get to see them in the same way. Benzinga is here. It's the third one down. So if you click on Benzinga, which is what I've just been showing you, you can get a free trial of that Benzinga Pro. It's a free trial for 14 days. All you need is an email address, and you can get a free trial. It's really, really good. I use it every single day. It's worth its weight in gold. The basic option is like $27, but I go for the essential option, which gives me all of this information and more. And that's Benzinga Pro. Okay, that's the third one down. If you want to learn how to make money the way I'm doing it, click on the top link and it brings you to this day trading course, which I've put together based on popular demand. People in the stream, when I set this stream up, asked me to do this, so I succumbed to. And I'm a sellout. I know I'm a shill. I'm a seller. but people have asked me to do this, so this is what I've done. I've created this course. It's all the methodologies, all the techniques that I use, the concepts of day trading, which indicators are popular, what the importance of volume is, level 2, the VWAP indicator, that kind of stuff. This is the syllabus that you get. There's over 17 hours of lecture material in there to go through at your own pace. And it costs you 150 bucks for access to all of it. It's a monthly subscription, but you can cancel it anytime. And if once you've taken a look at it and you don't like it, then just ask for your money back. You know, satisfaction guaranteed, all your money back. You get a session with me, mentor session with me as part of that as well. You get more sessions if you go for a longer period. You get access to my private Discord. You get access to the private Facebook group as well. And if you scroll down here, if you're wondering why you should use my course, well, this is why. I mean, I've got my 3-month statements of my broker and the TradingView statistics that I use here as well. So this tells you that I am a consistently profitable trader and my methodologies do work. I can't guarantee that you will be profitable if you do take the course, but that's down to you. I can give you the information. I can give you the knowledge. It's up to you to execute against that. It's up to you to decide, you know, do you have the mental and emotional fortitude and discipline to actually stick to a trading plan and a trading strategy? And if you don't, then I'm sorry, that's down to you, okay? But you can see that I'm consistently profitable. Okay, now that's the link tree. You get in the link tree in my profile. There's a link in my bio in my bio there. Just click that. All those links are in the description of the YouTube video. This is Dash Trader Pro. Okay, so Dash Trader Pro. I've got this set up. There's four windows open on my trading screen. So I've got 1 minute, 5 minute, 60 minute, and daily. Now, the 1 minute and 5 minutes where the action takes place, and primarily the 1 minute, but I look for confirmations on the 5 minute. I look for support and resistance confirmations on the 60 minute, but more importantly on the daily, because you'll have stronger support and resistance levels on it confirmed on a daily level. You get this on Kid Pick, for example, looking at 560s here as a resistance level, because we see it a couple of times, like 3 times in a row, and we've seen it as active support here. So you can see that there's confirmation there. Okay, so this is Dash Trader Pro. I've got the 8 windows. This is essentially my watch list. I've got here this is my watch list in text format, and that's over here. I've got the actual stream and the chats going. So yeah, I mean, that's my desktop. That's what I do on a daily, what I use on a daily basis. So I hope that the website, which website? What's the software website? Dash Trader Pro. So it's a little, if you go into the link tree, you'll see a little green and yellow icon, and it says Dash Trader Pro. There's a PDF, so the lessons are all recorded, but there's a PDF version that you can download and keep. Alistair. So if you want to download the lessons, there's a PDF version. It's done in a presentation format, but there's you can download the lessons to keep. Can I try it in an ISA? Absolutely. The brokers will allow you to do that. Now, CMEG won't do that for you, but they will work with your financial institution to do that, and they'll give you some recommendations. Interactive brokers will help you set all that up. So interactive brokers will go a little bit further for you. There's a number of different brokers that will allow you to do that. Now, you're limited on how much you can trade in an ISA on any given year. But if you are trading in a retirement account, which is equivalent to a pension, then that's a different story entirely. The only caveats there is that you can't withdraw from that account until you take your pension, until you retire, and that's tax free. So you get tax benefits with an ISA, but only up to a certain level. You can trade as much as you want in the ISA, but only a certain amount is tax free. But with the retirement account, it's all tax-free until you retire, and provided you don't take anything out. If you do take something out, then you get taxed on it as you would any other income, and it goes down as capital gains. So get a good accountant. They can help you mitigate any capital gains issues. If you want to live in the sun, places like Gibraltar, the Cayman Islands, Puerto Rico, they don't have any capital gains tax, so you can be trading and all your money is the majority of your money is your own. If you're in one of those jurisdictions which are a low tax haven, shall we say. So speak to an accountant, set up a limited or limited liability company, and trade in the company as opposed to under your own personal name. It just restricts you from a lot of legal issues, but also as a small business, you can get a lot of benefits, and it can help mitigate some of the tax issues for you as well. So as a small business, as a new business, you get a lot more tax breaks as a startup. And if you employ somebody, so you can employ, if you start earning enough money, you can employ somebody full time, do all of your bits and pieces, media or whatever it is, and then you get even more tax breaks. So there's a whole section in the course about trading as a business as well. So if you want to take the course, if you're thinking about doing this full time, there's a section in there, there's a whole lesson devoted to trading as a business. Oh, how many likes are we? 5,000 likes on a Friday. Okay, good stuff. So we're 2 hours in. Got 40 minutes left. Triple L. Our little friend from a couple of days ago. Wasn't our friend yesterday, though. Let's have a look. X Lux Ventures. Breaking highs. 465. So again, this is the value that you get from the scanners, and this is why they're worth the. I pay like 170 bucks or something, 175 bucks or something along those lines for Benzinga, for the Benzinga package on a monthly basis. And if I didn't have Benzinga, I wouldn't have seen that last trade. It wouldn't have made me $16,000. So I'm just now looking at JX Lux Ventures is approaching breaking highs. Just broke through. It's green on the day now, and we're just getting this kind of resistance level at 465s. We've gone up there 3 times now to tap it. So that's coming through on decent volume. It's made 15% in the last 15 minutes. So we're getting, and it's on. You can see down here on the histogram, it's on good volume. So I'm just looking at this. I may well look at, let's have another look at Forge. It's 50% up on the day, but it's trading below the VWAP. So it would have been nice to have actually got up to 25 bucks with that, but we saw it late. It hit the scanners, and it was already halted when it hit the scanners. So when it hit the scanners, it was up there at 22.40s. So we waited for that to come back down before we entered with and I wouldn't say it's huge size. I know people that that are trading with much bigger size, but let's put it into context. Most people don't have the buying power that I have, so my results are not typical. Most people don't have enough buying power in their account to take 25,000 shares of a $20 stock. Okay, so my buying power is over $700,000. So just bear that in mind. It's all relative to share size. If you're taking if you've taken 2,500 shares instead of 25,000 shares, you could have made $1,600 instead of $16,000. So it's all relative. But $1,600, if you're trading in a smaller account, $1,600 on a daily basis, that's good money. That's very good money. You know, $1,600. I mean, you think you need $500 on a daily basis to get you a 6-figure income. based on 20 trading days a month. So $1,600 would have been, you know, a very good trade. And the only difference between me, so we had Shando in the YouTube stream. He's made $3,000 today, so fantastic result. I mean, congratulations, mate. I mean, that's really good. But he's made 3,000, and I've made nearly 16,000. Does that make me a better trader than Shando? No, not at all. It just means that the likelihood is I'm taking bigger size. That's the only difference. So somebody that's making $50 on a daily basis and somebody that's making $5,000 on a daily basis, if they're using similar risk versus reward principles and they've got a similar trade selection accuracy, the only difference has got to be the share size. So once you get profitable, the whole point about learning how to get trade profitably and trading small to start off with is as you grow that account and you get a consistently profitable approach, as you grow that account, you're then able to take bigger size, and you get that compounding effect where as you start gradually over time taking bigger size, you make bigger wins. You're not doing anything different. You're exhibiting this exact same strategies. You're exhibiting the exact same principles that you would with a smaller account. You're just with bigger size, that's all. So when you're talking about risk versus reward, you don't look at the dollar value. You look at the per share value. You don't look at what you stand to. Yes, you want to have an idea of what you stand to lose overall in relation to your equity position, but you look at your share size. So that if I'm taking a 25,000 share position and someone's taking a 5,000 share position, it's it's a 5x difference. But we both might be looking at risking, say, 20 cents on the trade. So if that goes against us, that 20 cents will cost the smaller account $1,000. It'll cost me $5,000. So it's all relative. You know, you get some people on TikTok and on YouTube, they'll be saying, look at me, I can teach you how to do, $50,000 a day. And no, they can't. On a small account, you're not going to do $50,000 a day. You've got to work your way up to. There's not saying you can't do $50,000 a day, but you've got to work your way up to it. I mean, I've had a couple of days where I've done $50,000 a day. So your heart rate's going up. If your heart rate's going up, you're trading too big in relation to your account. And that's what happened to me earlier in the week. It hit me because I took a position which was 5 times bigger than I wanted to take. And when I saw how big a hole it was, it took me by surprise. Now, if I'd deliberately taken that position and it was come back, I'd have been ready for it. But typically, if your heart rate is going up, then and you're getting your heart racing during a trade, it means you're trading too big for your account size. So just scale down a bit. Just take smaller size. That will take us to that'll take us to 6 figures on the month. Today's trade, providing that we don't give it back. It is kind of what I need to say. I need to caveat that because we got up to 100 and we were 110,000 at the end of February, and we gave back 25% in the last 2 days. So we've got to be careful now not to give it back, and it is tempting to do that. So I probably will next week, just unless I see the really cool setups, just trade smaller size again, ready for the move into April. It's kind of consolidating sideways. let's just have a quick look at sort my Forge is still the top gapper. Good pick. Forge is now, so for me, Forge is no longer a trade until it gets back above the volume weighted average price. The volume weighted average price is a good intraday trend indicator, and what it's indicating now is it's in a downwards trend. Granted, it's consolidating sideways, but it's slowly moving downwards. So if you're getting candle formations, if the candles are opening and closing below the VWAP, it's in a downwards trend. If they're opening and closing above the VWAP, it's in an upwards trend. If they're opening and closing straddling the VWAP, it means it's consolidating sideways. So that's, you know, the VWAP is a good intraday trend indicator, and you'd find most day traders, that is the primary indicator that they will use, technical indicator that they will use. No, Curtis, I don't trade Forex, so I didn't get that jump. We got a jump with Forge Global, and it made us 16k. So whilst we didn't jump on the GBP US dollar jump, we made money here anyway. But if you got on it, I hope you made money. We don't trade Forex on this channel. COVID can be my brother-in-law, my wife, my sister's husband. He got COVID. He works in the prison system in the UK, and it went through the whole system. Now he had it before he got vaccinated, and he's still suffering today. That was nearly 2 years ago, and so he got long COVID. And he's still, I mean, he's back up and, you know, he's still working and stuff, but he's back up and about. But he's got long-term after effects of that. But he had asthma to start off with, so that kind of exacerbated the situation. COVID's it's a nasty business. My neighbours got it at Christmas. Not only were they double vaccinated and boosted, but they'd had it previously, and they got it again at Christmas, and it completely ruined the Christmas. So yeah, we're just trading stocks, and let's have a look at the crypto markets again. So where are we on the crypto space? So let me pull up Trading View again. So Bitcoin, we popped above $45, $45,000. So Bitcoin's up above 45, and that's great news if it can stay. I've been saying for the last, how long have I been streaming now? 8 weeks? The last 8 weeks I've been saying that we need Bitcoin to get above 45 and hold. It's at 40, on Coinbase it's 44.95, 44.950. So we want to see it above 45 and hold for a couple of days, and I think we'll go on a bit of a run and possibly get over 50,000. And if we get on 50,000, then we could see a six-figure Bitcoin by the end of this year. I've been saying we're going to see a six-figure Bitcoin by the end of this year, so I'm bullish on crypto today. I'm very happy with the way crypto's moving at the moment, over the last couple of days in particular. I'm happy with my Cardano position, even though it's down on the day. It's down like 4% today, but it's still above 110, $1.10. And an XRP is still over 80 cents as well. So all my positions are looking good. I'm in agreement with all my crypto holdings, and I'm a happy boy today. Let's have a look at the wider market. Let's have a look at let's put the dark color. I prefer the dark theme. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Do you prefer the dark theme on Trading View, or do you prefer the light theme? So here's the light theme, and here's the dark theme. Which do you prefer? Which do you like the best? Because I kind of like the dark theme, but I've been doing some kind of quick videos on the light theme. So it just shows up better on the videos as opposed to this one. So let me know in the chats, do you prefer the dark theme or the light theme on Trading View? Okay. So what exchange do I use in terms of which crypto exchange? I use Coinbase is my main one for the stable coins, for the high cap coins. I use BitGit. I tend to use BitGit more. It's just seeing black. There's no going back. I'm just going to move this to the SPY. So this is the wider market right now, and the SPY's up on the day. So we're trading well with the SPY. The S&P 500 is, again, we're having another day's rally, so we're green on the day. The Nasdaq's slightly red, but only slightly, like 11 pips, and even the FTSE's up, according to the numbers I'm looking at. Even the FTSE's up, but yeah, I'll probably see which one I prefer in the long term. I'll flip between the two. I think white and dark on TradingView, but Bitcoin and crypto is having a bit of a rally. The wider markets are having a rally, so today's a good day all round, and we're in profit. So and that's the most important thing. We're in profit today. What brokerage do I use? Interactive Brokers. I've got more accounts with Interactive. I've got a couple of accounts with Capital Markets Elite, but I've also got my retirement account with Interactive. I've got a cash account with Interactive, and I've got an active trading account with Interactive. So I've got 4 accounts with Interactive Brokers, and I've got 2 with Capital Markets. And I've got an account with eToro, and I've got an account with, who's the other one that I use? I've got about 3 or 4 different brokerage that I have accounts with, but eToro, I've not got a huge amount in there, and relatively speaking, most of my money's either with, in fact, most of my money's with Interactive, but most of my money's with either Interactive or Capital Markets. We're just chatting now because, quite frankly, I'm not motivated now to make any more trades. And I know that's boring, and I know the stream I know you come on the stream to watch me trading, but I'm kind of, it's Friday, the sun's out, blue skies in Dublin, and we're 15k to the good, so we're 3 times our daily goal. I'm not motivated to actually make any more trades today, and if that's the case, then I might I'll just might end the stream early and take the dog for a walk early. Right now, it's been a good week. Let me just see what we're on for the week as well as for the month. So what will that take us for? One column. Numbers lock. There you go. That helps. Right, that's good. Good going. So that'll take us to an equity starting position on Monday when this all settles. It'll take us to over 130,000 equity, and on the month we've just sneaked into 6 figures on the month, so we're 102,000 profit on the month. I can honestly say that's a good month. So we don't have to trade anymore this month. We will do, but we don't have to trade anymore this month, and we've had a six-figure month. It's not the first one. We had a six-figure month in January as well, but we did 74,000 in February. So we're having a good year so far. We're more than on track. We're certainly more than on track to hit our annual goal this year. So that's got to be a good thing. Now I can't get cocky because with that, I have to caveat that. Oh my good Lord, I'm just looking at the orders that went through on that last one and the fills that went through. It's like getting filled at 100 shares at a time. It's kind of mad. So it's slow to get filled when you're pressing, sell 10,000 and you're slow to get filled. So what I'm doing is I'm selling when I press the to take profit. I'm actually selling on the bid so as not to drive the price down. It's actually still, trying to drive so the transaction's taking place. So I'm selling on the ask. So the transaction's taking place on the ask, which is an upwards tick as opposed to a downwards tick. Sell on the bid or buy on the bid, it's a downwards tick. How's that, Phil? How's that Twitch stream? I don't get a lot of interaction from Twitch. I only kind of I don't promote Twitch that much. So how's that Twitch stream? Is it worth? Is it as good as YouTube or not? Okay. Any? Yeah, absolutely. So but that's what we want. So Curtis, you're saying that. So Curtis is very valid. Made a very valid point. He says, other than support and resistance, do you not find stocks are less predictable and more responsive to news events than forex markets? And the answer is no and yes. So no, I don't find stocks are less predictable. I actually find stocks are more predictable than forex, and there's a reason for that, and I'll come to that in a second. So just to answer the second part of your question is that they are more responsive to news events than the forex markets, and that is absolutely 100% true. So from an individual perspective, that's what we want. So those individual news catalysts that can impact a single stock on its own creates volatility in the market. It creates volatility with a particular company, a particular company's price. And that's what we're looking for. We look for that volatility that we can actually make a move on. So in the forex market, you're looking at micro movements. And that's why you need such leverage in the forex market to actually make those micro movements worthwhile. So you're talking fractions of a percentage move in the forex market, in the forex pairs, in order to get a profitable move. Whereas with a stock, I can take a share. For example, Forge went up. It's now currently trading at 47% up on the day, but it went up to where did it finish yesterday? So it closed yesterday at 1458, and it went up to 24. So it was about 80%, 90% up on the day. 90% move that we could take advantage of. Now I didn't take advantage of the full move, but with my leverage, I was able to get good profitability in that move, and that's based on the catalyst that it had. It's a SPAC merger, so that's the news catalyst. Now, going back to the first point in terms of predictability, I'm not the only one that saw that, and I'm not the only one that entered at that exact same level. So what makes stocks more predictable than forex is the volume. So we've got the volatility, and I keep saying the two most important things that for a trader to be profitable is volatility and volume. Now, the volatility gives us the opportunities. Volatility gives us the moves that we can take advantage of. It's the volume that makes them predictable. So your Forex, you don't get the volume because you're not getting people, those catalysts that people don't see, the big moves that people are able to see on the stocks, you don't get them in Forex. So if people are making big moves in stocks, you see that, and you see the volume come in. And you saw when I took that position, if you were watching, when I took that position, how the volume came in and how it was big volume and why it was big volume, which made that move predictable. It meant that I was able to get in and get out at a relatively quick pace for big profits. Whereas in the Forex market, the only volume that you've got is pretty much the same volume. The same people are watching the same Forex pairs on a daily. So they're watching the GBP versus the USD. They're watching the GBP versus the Euro. It's the same pairs time and time again that people are trading. So whilst you might, on any given day, you might have some good volume, it's the same at almost every day in Forex. There's no relative high volume in any given pair. So you're not getting that change in volatility. So you're really looking at macroeconomics for the changes and the opportunities with the changes in Forex. And that's why I prefer to trade stocks, because it is more predictable. The volume's there, so the moves are more reliable, and you're not trading on as higher leverage margin. So the risk is, you're able to manage your risk a lot better than you are with stocks, and you get, the volatility, you get a lot more volatility, so you're able to, there's a lot more opportunities to take advantage of. So yeah, that's my opinion. Some people like, excuse me, some people like to trade Forex. The majority of people that like to trade Forex lose money trading Forex, but they actually see there's a potential to make money. But what they're not doing is working with a strategy that allows them to do that. A very small percentage of Forex traders make money. In fact, a small percentage, it's a minority of people actually make money on the markets entirely. It's 85% of people, and because trading is risky regardless of the instrument. Doesn't matter what you're trading, crypto, stocks, Forex, futures, commodities, it doesn't matter. Trading is risky. Most people lose money. If you're talking about the stock market, over 85% of people that get involved in the stock market lose money, and they lose money long term. If you're talking Forex, over 95% of people that trade Forex lose money, and they lose money long term. They're never profitable. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to get into the markets, learn a strategy that's proven to be profitable and practice it. Get good at that strategy so that you're not... get good at that strategy so that you're when you do actually risk money, that you have a higher percentage chance to actually make money. So I do have positions. I'm holding positions with a couple of ETFs, and it's, for me, ETFs are a good way. They're a good store of value. And what I mean by that is that if you get an index-linked ETF, you're going to outperform the market. Well, in most cases, you're not going to be much worse than the markets. So an index-linked ETF is going to outperform inflation. It's going to be better than having your money in the bank. And in reality, you can sell at any time and liquidate some of your assets at any time that you need to. Moreover, if you're smart about it, you don't ever have to liquidate your assets, because you can keep those assets. You can take your returns on that in terms of dividends. If you've got good ETFs, will give good dividends. But you don't usually have to liquidate your assets. But if you do need quick money, you can actually take a loan against those assets. So if you've got holdings with the ETFs and you need to liquidate your position, rather than liquidating your position and your money stops working for you, you take a loan from the bank and use that as collateral, and it's tax-free because it's debt. You don't pay tax on debt. If you get a loan from the bank and effectively you can pay that off with the dividends from the ETF, it's free money. So just think about that. Putting your money into ETFs gives you the ability to take free money from the bank. The bank will lend you money with that as collateral. Just another way to beat the system. And as long as you're not liquidating those assets, you don't get taxed on them. You know, it's because you have to liquidate the assets to realize that any kind of profits or losses. So you're just holding it. You don't get taxed on your holdings. That's the thing with one of the secrets that rich don't want you to know is if you're holding a position, an index-linked ETF, for example, if you're holding a position, you can use that as collateral to take on debt and you make debt work for you because debt is tax-free. You know, that's how the rich, the top 1%, which is, I have aspirations, I have goals, I want to be in the top 1%. I'm far, way off that. I'm still low income in comparison to those guys, but the top 1%, they don't actually earn anything. In reality, all this media furore during the election about Donald Trump not paying any taxes, he doesn't earn anything. He doesn't pay taxes because he doesn't earn anything. So that's why he doesn't pay taxes. Rich people don't earn wages. Rich people don't have an income. In reality, they don't earn anything. Any money that they have is debt, and they don't pay tax on debt. Everything else, they have assets. They don't have liabilities. They don't earn an income. They have assets, and they're not paying tax on the assets. So that's the rich people. You know, that's why people like Trump and the rest of the crowd, they're paying less taxes than your middle income bracket. You know, your middle income earners, the middle classes, as it were, are paying more tax than the super rich billionaires. Because they're not making the money work for them. Put that into perspective. And I want to get into that. That's my aim right now and why I'm doing this. I want to get into that bracket where I don't have to work. I don't have to trade. I don't have to work. I can just take dividends. If I need money to buy a house, I'll get a mortgage and put up my assets as collateral. Or I'll get a loan and put up my assets as collateral, and the dividends will pay the loan, and I've got a free house or a free car or whatever it is. Because I'm not actually earning anything. I don't get taxed on a loan. I won't get taxed on a loan. I don't pay interest. But there's another secret, is if you buy yourself a cash value life insurance policy, which thus creating wealth for your family. If you die and you have a cash value life insurance policy, say you've got $500,000 worth of savings, you buy this cash value life insurance policy for £500,000, €500,000, whatever currency you're in. Let's say £500,000 worth of insurance. You buy that up front. Its cash value is $500,000, but it continues to accrue value. It continues to gain value, and it gains value whatever the index it's linked to, but it doesn't lose value. It's guaranteed not to lose value. So as the market goes up, it increases. As the market goes down, it holds its value. So it's even better than an index, these insurance policies. And what can you do with that? So that will be paid out to your betrothed or whatever it is, your bequeathed. What's the word? Bequeathed. It'll be paid out to your bequeathed in the event that you die. But in the meantime, it's an asset. You can actually go to the bank, and it's effectively your own bank. You can take a loan against that insurance policy. You don't even have to pay it back, because that insurance policy, when you die, will pay that loan back for you. And that insurance policy keeps gaining in value. So you can actually take money against an insurance policy. And again, it's a loan, but you're getting a loan for yourself. It's your asset that you get a loan against. So you don't have to pay it back. It's tax-free. So it's another way to beat the system. There's a lot of ways that you can actually make money work for yourself. A cash value insurance policy is a great way of doing that. If you've got assets like ETFs, index-linked ETFs and things like that, you've got money in those assets. The dividends should, providing it's a good ETF, the dividends should more than pay for any loans that you take and use as collateral as well. You can actually take an income that's tax-free because it's debt. That's what the rich do. So that's me giving financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm giving financial advice. So don't take that financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. If you lose money, don't come after me and sue me. Just saying. Okay, so what's moving now? Nothing. Indonesian Energy. Let's have a look at you, my old friend, over the last 2 months. We're down on the day, but above the VWAP. What's the price of oil? Where's my trading view? Let's have a look at Brent. Okay, Brent crude oil. That's up at $118 a barrel. It's not come down at all. It did come down. We got down to 115, but it's back up at 118. So that's why the energy stocks are back up again. So put this one here. So Indo. Let's just trading view. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Just looking at Indonesian Energy next to Brent crude. Not trading on the same chart. Interesting, nonetheless. Yeah, so oil's up $118 a barrel. We need it to come back down. And there's a little video in my TikTok of guys that made millions, literally made 600 million or 660 million, I think it was, in a matter of minutes, betting against oil when it plunged a couple of years ago. So yeah. Okay. But am I still holding a paper position on it? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, I need to get out of that. There's a paper. So if you use TradingView, there's a paper trading account, and I was doing this, and I went a couple of days ago, and I forgot to exit the position. But yeah, you've got a paper trading account in TradingView, which is free. If you want to try trading, I've got a YouTube video that shows this as well. Paper trading accounts and things on TradingView for free, just to practice strategies and things. Try it. How's Friday going, Jack? Friday's going very well. We're 15,000 up on the day. We're not going to trade anything else. So I'm just going to end the stream, even if something. So the energy stocks are coming back up now. So, but they're not coming up on big volume. So I'm just going to end the stream. I'm going to enter my weekend. I've got an appointment with. I think I've got an appointment with a guy a little bit later. Who is it that I'm speaking to? Jim Davidson. So yeah, I've got an appointment with a guy later on the mentorship side of things for the course. So I will end the stream. I'll take the dog for a walk, and I can get back ready for that Zoom call. So I've got no wine in at the moment. So on my way out, I'll probably go and pick some up from the off license. So yeah, definitely deserve a glass of wine, and I'll probably do some revisions to the course over the weekend. maybe add a bit of content for those people that are already subscribed. You'll get the benefits of that. For those of you that are not subscribed, you'll get the benefit of it when you do subscribe. So a win-win situation for everybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to end the stream here. Start my weekend. It's a nice sunny day, blue skies. So the dog can have a nice long walk. I'll take her up to the big playing fields, and we'll be at it again first thing Monday morning. So just remember, can I please recap? Yeah, absolutely. I can have a quick recap. So we've taken 5 trades. We took AgriForce was our first trade of the day, and it went against us. We were $8,000 down. We went in big size at the open, and then it went against us. We're $8,000 down with AgriForce. So we've dug a little bit of a hole for ourselves, a red hole to get out of. Then we started trading AMC. Now AMC was being very predictable with its movements. Again, not huge volatile movements, but it was allowing us to take scalps, 10 cents, 20 cents at a time. So going in with reasonable size with AMC to make use of those scalps. We got 7,800 green on AMC, which pretty much eliminated the debt that would the hole that we dug from AgriForce, and then the scanners hit us with Forge Global. So Forge Global, and I'm going to be doing a recap of all these trades on YouTube later tonight. But Forge Global it halted already twice, and it halted to the upside and resumed, it gapped up when it resumed, and it's part of a SPAC merger, so that's the reason for it. And then it halted to the downside, and when it resumed, it gapped down. So we got in for it moved up and then pulled back to the VWAP. So we got in for a VWAP bounce with a view for entering at the next candle to make a new high, which we did, and it came with huge volume, and we went big size because of the volume. We went big size, and we rode it up for, I think, a $2 move, and we managed to well, almost a $2 move or something like that, and we managed to make $16,000 on that trade, which puts us $15,500 up on the profit and loss for the day, and about $14,500 on the net after we get hit with charges and commissions and fees, etc. So we're finishing the day about $15,000 to the good, which is 3 times our daily goal. All in all, this week, I don't think we've had a red day this week. I think we've had, 5 green days in a row. The first time this month. So that's happy days. So our first green week of the month. But well, first 100% green week of the month. So we did look like we were going to be having red days on a couple of occasions, and then we've pulled it out the bag towards the end of the stream. So every day's been a green day this week. Happy days. And what I'll do is on my review video later on YouTube, I'll review the week, and I'll do a month to date as well. So where we're at month to date, and just if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, just go along and subscribe to it, and you'll get the notifications when I go live on YouTube. You can actually see my desktop on the tube, as opposed to me talking to you like this on the tickety. Yeah, I don't trade futures. If you're investing long term, by all means, futures can be a good thing, but I don't trade it on short term, because you don't get the volume and the kind of volatility that you get with stocks. You can get volatility, but it very often doesn't come with the same volume, and you get the volume without the volatility. So it's relative volume is what I'm talking about, opposed to high volume, because of course if you're trading if you take trading S&P 500 futures, then you get huge volume, but it's the same volume every day. There's no relatively high volume. You're not getting a particular day where you're getting twice as many twice as many trades as you would on another day, and that's why I don't trade futures. And they tend to be derivatives as well. So they're the derivatives of a number of different stocks in there as well. So anyway, some people like to trade them. It's about personal preference. If you like to trade futures, there's nothing wrong with that. If you've got a setup, if you've got a strategy that's profitable trading futures, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's worse to trade futures than it is to trade stocks and equities. I'm not saying it's worse to trade crypto than it is to trade stocks and equities. So it's what you're comfortable with. I have a strategy where I'm profitable trading stocks, and if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. It's that simple. So I only trade stocks. I don't trade, again, I don't trade crypto for that very same reason. The volume and the volatility isn't there. You've got volume in the high cap coins, but not the volatility. You've got the volatility in the low cap coins, but not the volume. So why my strategies work with stocks, whilst the patterns that I'm looking for from a pattern breakout point of view, the technical analysis is exactly the same as it would be with crypto. It's profitable for me and again, I don't trade high cap stocks. I don't trade the high cap stocks either. So I trade low to mid cap stocks, and that's where I'm profitable. So being profitable, I'm not going to change my strategy right now. The only time I do trade higher cap stocks more from an investment, a long-term value investment perspective. I may swing or I may trade options, and I'll trade options with higher cap stocks, as opposed to, it's a cheaper way to trade higher cap stocks is options. But my strategy works with the lower to mid cap stocks, and I'm happy to continue doing that. What do I think of MU? You just put it on your watch list to watch. So again, MU it trades with the wider market. I'll just put it on the. Okay, so it tends to trade with the wider market in the main, but it isn't doing today. Hang on a minute. Where's the SPY? Have a look at the SPY. Forge is done for the day. Oh no, it is trading with the SPY. I was talking about the SPY earlier, so the movement on MU is just copying the SPY, copying the wider market. So what you can do is with MU, if you're trading if you're trading Micron, watch the market, and when the market makes a move, you can then scalp that with Micron. Same with things like AMD or Microsoft or whatever it is. If the market makes a move, just check that the market's making a move before the stock does, and then it will follow suit a little bit later. So if it moves up and then pulls back, when you get to the move up on Micron, you might want to short it. And you know, the VWAP fade is something that on higher cap stocks like that, you can see, if you're looking at on the YouTube and Twitch, you can see that the VWAP fade would have been a good strategy to look at here with Micron, because it sold off at the open, got below the VWAP. You take a short position at the VWAP, and it comes back down. You take profits there. You might have got stopped out at the VWAP on the first couple of occasions, but then it's moved up, short at the VWAP, and take profits. As it moves back up to the VWAP, you short again and take profit. So the VWAP fade is a good strategy to use with those high cap stocks, and a VWAP bounce as well. If you're in an uptrend, right now we're in a downtrend on the wider market, and also on the high cap stocks like let's have a look. AMD should be following a similar pattern. So AMD is probably less pronounced in terms of the downward trend, but it is following a similar pattern. So I'm looking at AMD, very similar movements, sell off, up back above the VWAP, sell off to the VWAP, return to the VWAP, and then sell off. So those higher cap stocks, you can take the lead from the market and what the market's doing, and you can use that to take advantage of the moves. So. But you're not going to get the huge volatile moves with a Micron or an AMD that you're going to get with a Forge or an Indonesian Energy or something like that. These stocks are higher cap stocks. and you'll get movements that are, maybe 10% at a push, but tend to be in and around kind of 5 to 10%. It is a volatile day for them. Futures are better in your opinion because they're open nearly 24 hours a day. No, I get where you stand there, because what you're saying is you can trade at any particular time, but longer is not necessarily better. Just because you're trading anytime you want or any time of day doesn't mean that the moves are going to be, you're going to make more profit. Because I could trade all day. I could trade the whole market. I don't. I trade 1 hour. Typically, I'm trading 1 hour of the day. It's the most volatile period of the day. So I'm looking for those volatile moves in that first 60 to 90 minutes of the market open. I'm looking for those big moves, and that sets me up for the day. The fact of the matter is that now we're getting, 11:30 market time. The volatility dies down, the volume tends to die down, it gets into the kind of sideways trading in the afternoon. If you like to trade futures, that's up to you. Like I say, there's no right and wrong way to trade in terms of instrument. If you've got a strategy that works, that's great. But futures are not better than stocks, and stocks are not better than futures. It depends on what your strategy works on. If your strategy on futures is working for you, good luck to you. But if you're coming onto my stream and you want to learn how to trade, I'm not going to be showing you how to trade futures. I'll show you how to trade stocks, and I'll show you how to trade stocks profitably. There's more volatility in stocks than there is in futures, because futures are derivatives. So on any given day, if you get a volatile day in futures, that volatility is caused by the the number of companies that are making up that futures derivative. And what will be happening is those individual companies, those individual stocks that make up that derivative are having an exaggerated volatility, much bigger than what you're getting from your futures. So I prefer to actually take those individual stocks that are having a massive volatile day, that are trading, they're moving 50, 60, 150, 250% on a given day, and take advantage of those moves, and trade futures that are up maybe 10%, 5%, or whatever it is, with bigger leverage. No, this is not trading options. This is trading equities, so stocks and shares. I do have a section on, and that's what I might record this this weekend, and just elaborate. I've got an introductory section on trading options in the course, but I think a lot of people have been asking me, a bit more about what options is and how to trade options. So I might do a bit more in-depth section on options trading, or for the guys that subscribe to the course. So Fresh Prince of Montreal is asking, do I trade off market news for what is expected to go up or down, or strictly off analysis? Technical analysis is really what I'm looking for. The fundamentals is what you're talking about. I look for a catalyst in the news. So I look for the price action first. I'm more reactive than proactive when it comes to stock moves. So I look for a stock that starts to move, starts to exhibit a trend, and starts to move with velocity. Then I look for why it's moving. So is it moved? So for example, we just got that $16,000 trade with Forge Global. The reason that popped up, and the reason that people started trading that, was based on the completion of a SPAC merger. Now, if I'd seen the news about this SPAC merger, would I have traded it on the breaking news? No. I would wait for the market to react to that breaking news, because trying to predict the market is extremely difficult. So for example, we've just gone through earnings season over the last couple of weeks. End of fiscal year, or Q1 earnings, or whatever. So we're going through earnings season, and you can be doing your research in the evening, ready to put on your watch list who's got earnings news coming out the following day, who's got conference calls coming out the following day, and things like that. You're putting these on your watch list for a move long or a move short, and they might have great earnings news, and then when the market opens, it sells off. You're thinking, that's strange. or it might have poor earnings news and the market opens and it rallies. Does the exact opposite of what you would expect it to do. So breaking news isn't necessarily, you don't trade the news itself. So you trade the reaction to the news. So what you're looking for is the move. You look for the volatility with volume, and then you look for a catalyst that's actually provoked that volatility. And that gives you the confidence to actually trade that particular stock. Now, you can get volatility without volume, no trade. You can get volume without volatility, like Bank of America, no trade. And you can get a move without a catalyst. You can get volume and volatility without a catalyst. You can trade that, but you've got to be very, very careful, because particularly in lower cap stocks, you want to be asking yourself, is this a pump and dump? And you're less likely to get it with mid to high cap stocks, but on low cap stocks, penny stocks in particular, so if it's sub $2, for example, you might get a particular forum or with a lot of people, a couple of thousand people that are in this forum and followers, trading something and pumping it illegally. And that does happen. And the problem with that is, A, you might get caught holding bags and lose money at the top end. Or B, during that pump, it might get halted. Unusual activity. It might get halted pending investigation. And then you're holding bags there whilst the investigation goes on. And then it might just get delisted for insider trading, or it might get delisted for, illegal activity, and you lose everything. So, just be careful. How much do I recommend starting with? As much as you can afford to lose, because Lennon, the chances are as a new trader, when you're getting started, you're going to lose. The first thing is, don't trade until you've actually traded in a simulator and you've actually proven to be profitable in a simulator. Then start small. When you start small, you're looking for consistent gains, not looking for, okay, how much do you want to earn? You're looking, think of it as training, like you would with any other job. The first part of it, you don't walk into a job, you don't apply for a job in, I don't know, financial management with no experience and then expect to be the CEO of the company in week 2. It takes time. You've got to build up the skills. You've got to build up the knowledge. You've got to do it over time. It's a job. It's a career like every other one. So you've got to approach it with that mindset. And you start small. You make small gains. And once you the idea is you want to become a consistently profitable trader. It doesn't matter about the size. It's consistently profitable. It's consistency that's key. Once you're consistently profitable, the only difference between you and me at that stage is share size. And if you then jump to big share size, your emotions are going to take over and you're going to give yourself a heart attack or anxiety or something along the lines. So you gradually move up. So you might be risking $50 a day to start off with to make $100 a day. You might be risking $25 a day to make $50 a day. And start small. Once you're consistently profitable and let's say 4 out of 5 days a week you're making money, then you can move you double your stakes. And you say, okay, right now I'm risking $100 a day to make $200. And if you then stay consistent, you're still making, 4 profitable days out of 5. Because we're all going to get red days. You've got to accept the fact that you're going to be wrong sometimes as well. Accepting the fact that you can be wrong, and accept the fact that red days will be red days. It's part of the territory of trading. So let's just say 20% of the time is 20% of the days trading, you're going to be losing money. If then you're doing $100 a day on average and losing $100 a day on the one that you lose, you're still making $300 a week. So then you can increase your stake and you start making 200 or 250, and you keep doing that. And you slowly increase, and what this does for you is you get that muscle memory, but it also stops you from getting overwhelmed by emotion, because gradually you're building up a tolerance to the emotional and the psychological aspects of trading. BA on the FTSE, I think it is. Let's have a look at BA. Going to 200. No, it's going downwards. BA is selling off today. Sorry, you're saying it's going to 200, but it's actually downwards. least provide a little bit of context. It went up to 190s, 191 this afternoon. It went up to 191, and now it's trading down at 187. So it's going in the wrong direction to get to 200, buddy. I hope it does. I'm kind of bullish on the travel sector now that the skies are opening up again. I'd like to see BA being profitable, and AA and Virgin and all those guys. I'd like to see them start being profitable again. The problem with BA and AA and all the other airlines is that their costs have spiraled out of control. You know, the costs have actually gone through the roof. So for them to be profitable, they have to increase the revenues. And for them to increase the revenues, more people have to travel. And if more people have to travel, they have to carry more people, which means their costs increase even further. So they're in a catch-22 situation. All these airlines are in a catch-22 situation. The costs have spiraled out of control because of the price of fuel, and nobody's traveling because the prices of airline tickets is through the roof. And of course, we've still got the hangover, the COVID hangover of all the regulations the hoops you've got to jump through just to enter an airport, let alone get on a plane. So it's going to be a while before a lot of these airlines are profitable again, and that's going to impact the profitability. Is going to impact the share prices as well. So just bear that in mind if you're investing longer term in Boeing, if you're investing longer term in BA and British Aerospace or American Airlines or anything like that. Anything that's remotely related to the travel sector, it's going to be a while before they become profitable again. Okay, so you've got multiple charts shown. What am I looking for? So these charts, this was my watch list. BMZ. This was my watch list this morning. So what I do when I create my watch list, I put the tickers on here so I can see it in chart format in the 1 minute time frame. So I can actually spot moves as they make moves, and I can then switch onto my trading platform and trade it. So this screen is just my watch list in eight tickers that I put on my watch list on any given day. And this is one ticker in 4 different time frames. So I've got 1 minute, 5 minutes, 60 minute, and daily. That's that one. This one is Benzinga Pro. This is where my scanners are, where my alerts are. So this tells me what's moving that wasn't on my watch list. So as I go through the day and I'm looking at momentum that wasn't on my watch list, then this is what that is. So yeah, a lot of people have moving averages, volume, RSI. Your charts are simple. What do I look for? Patterns? Yeah, absolutely. So I'll keep my charts simple. I've got the volume and I've moved it. I used to have it in the background, so I've got my one indicator, which is the volume weighted average price, the VWAP. I've got the volume histogram, and I've got volume by price in the background now. And those are the 3 things I look for in conjunction with the candlestick patterns. So I'm looking for candlestick patterns and pattern breakouts. So you can trade. I will use more advanced technical indicators from time to time. I will use like the MACD. I'll use the RSI. I'll use Bollinger Bands. I'll use some more advanced technical indicators. But usually, if I'm trading more advanced trading strategies like reversal strategies. Reversal strategies for me tend to be the strategies to take at the end of the day, going into the close, or with a heavily exhausted stock that's either really extended to the upside or really extended to the downside. So then I'll just pop them on. I'll pop those RSI and Bollinger Bands on there for a reversal setup. Where do I see the volume now? We're approaching midday, so the volume it tends to dry up as we approach midday. On the smaller stocks, at least, it tends to dry up. If I'm looking at AMC, for example, if I look at a 1 minute candle, we're looking at 50,000 shares a minute is what AMC's trading at right now. Maybe a little bit more. Let me just have a look at what some of these candles. So we're looking at, 100,000 shares at a push. Whereas if we go back to in early this morning at the open, we're currently trading about 100,000 shares. But at the open, we were trading 700,000 shares. So you can see that the volume's died off. And it does, and you'll get more volume comes back in later in the day towards for power hour to kind of 3 p.m. market time. You get power hour, so that'll be 7 p.m. GMT. What's known as power hours, that people come in and you'll get people in the morning that have set positions for a swing trade. Or that are more long term. They'll come back in and they don't want to hold the position overnight, so they'll take the positions off either for profit, or they'll cut the loss, or whatever it is, and that happens in the last hour of the day, and that's why you get a lot more volume in the last hour of the day as well. So for power hour. So not necessarily. So the gappers, it depends on the catalyst and how well the market receives the catalyst. You can get them, they sell off at the open, or they'll go on a rally at the open. So we had a lot of gappers at the open on the cannabis stocks, and they all sold off, and they've just kind of died a death on the day, really. And then we'll get something that. Maybe the oil stocks a couple of weeks ago were rallying pre-market, and then at the open they just mooned out of the gate. They just rallied out of the gate. So, I'm glad you're seeing those trends now, Michael, because once you can start spotting the trends, once you can start spotting the patterns, that's the first step on the way to profitability, because it's spotting the trends, spotting the patterns. Being able to identify the breakouts, the entry and exit signals, that's really what makes you a profitable trader, and the discipline, of course. Anyway, we're at the end of the stream, so I've got to prepare for my next call, and I'm going to end the stream here. Appreciate your company, guys, and I'll be back at it on Monday. So join me Monday morning, an hour before market opens. That'll be 8 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Market time and 12:30 p.m. GMT. Have a good weekend, guys.